Alrighty, so here we have our DIY weather dashboard. This Argon is hooked up to an LCD screen. There's a potentiometer right there just to control backlit brightness when it's on. And the other section of our DIY weather dashboard is this particle argon here with one DGZZI water sensor, this tall red one here, that'll read water level. And this small purple sensor is a BME 280 that will read us temperature, humidity, and pressure values from the ambient surroundings. So what we're going to do here is we are going to power on our receptor here, the LCD. As you can see, we also have 4 ThingSpeak channels set up to record temperature, pressure, humidity, and the water level as read by this DGZZI sensor. I've cleared it, and let's power it up. So the first thing we should see once the Argon connects to the Wi-Fi is a loading screen. As you can see, it says DIY Weather Dash, and that's the name of the product, and it displays this stay tuned message. Now this stay tuned message will stay on the screen indefinitely until this Argon receives data published from our sensor Argon. As you can see, nothing has changed here. This one has no power, so nothing's being read, nothing's being published. This has nothing to subscribe to, so this screen stays static. And what we're going to do is we're going to power on this Argon here so that we start receiving values. Now what we're looking for when this one turns on, once it connects to the internet, if it successfully publishes a sensor value, it will turn on a blue LED light, the D7 pin, as we can see there. That means it has successfully sent sensor data from these 2 sensors here to the particle cloud, which we can see here. We have our first data point. This will update every 20 seconds. And as you can see down here, our stay tuned message is gone, and we are reading a temperature of 23 degrees Celsius. As you can see, it's updated again. Now we're displaying the pressure. Now this will cycle through the temperature, the pressure, the humidity, and then it's going to tell us whether it is raining or not. The way it decides whether it is raining is if there is a significant amount of water on this sensor here. This water level sensor increases in resistance when there is water covering these silver strips. Right now there's nothing on it, so we're expecting to see values fluctuating between 0 and 20. That's pretty standard for a completely dry water sensor. As you can see, we're in the 8 to 9 range, perfectly expected. Temperature is hovering around 22, 23 degrees. Pressure is pretty consistent. Humidity is fluctuating within 1%. As you can see, now it is showing us that it's not raining, which of course makes sense. There is no water on there. What we are going to do is we're going to take the sensor module here, and we are going to change a few environmental factors just so we can see how it affects the LCD screen and this ThingSpeak field. First thing we're going to do is, obviously I cannot create rain on command, but I do have this lovely cup full of rain sourced from Fiji. Now when we pour it on here, the resistance will increase. Let's see if we can keep some there. Now this is going to simulate, again, if it's in a rainstorm, there's not going to be one blob of water like this, but there is going to be, some on there. As we can see, focus on the screen here. As we can see, the water sensor data has spiked considerably. The module, here, focus on this for me, and our dashboard now tells us it's raining. The way it determines that is if the sensor is reading a value of over 500, that considers it significant enough rainfall to tell us that it is raining. We used a value of 500 just to exclude any leftover raindrops when it's not raining. You know, maybe some dew in the morning. We don't want it to tell us it's raining. We get all dressed up for the rain, and then it's not actually raining. So we're going to go back to our weather station, I guess we could call it, over here. And we're just going to hold the BME and really the whole module over this flame here. Should be seeing an increase in temperature. Again, we were hovering around 23, 22 degrees Celsius. If we hold the BME over this here, we should soon be seeing an increase in temperature. And it does update every 20 seconds, so we'll keep it here for just a little bit longer. And let's go check ThingSpeak. So as you can see on ThingSpeak here, we have increased the temperature. So this does update in real time based off of environmental conditions. Again, we're getting a reading every 20 seconds. Now, if we were to have this outside, I don't think we would need as frequent of a temperature reading, but of course this is just for demonstration. As you can see, our temperature is now being read at 25 degrees Celsius. Don't have any meaningful ways to change the pressure, of course. Can't control that, and not really much to control humidity outside of breathing on it, so I'm not going to show you that. But as you can see, there's still some, if you focus on this water sensor chart on ThingSpeak, what you can see is this is going to be leftover water droplets because I didn't fully clean it off. So it's going to be reading that it's raining for a little bit. Again, in the real world, we would be updating this much, less frequently, and we would be angling it downward so that water drains off of it, and it really would only be telling us that if it's raining, if there's active accumulation of raindrops on it. But that about does it for our explanation of how our DIY weather dashboard works. There you have it.